One introduction. ROSEP view: the United States government was on track in the Biden administration to reduce the prices for both clean energy heat pumps and clean energy electric cars. Trump tariffs are expected to upset those plans to prevent future air pollution and prevent climate change. The United States government should, instead of certifying wood stoves as safe when they are not safe, go forward with regulations that ban wood stove use and direct government money for use of forest refuse only. For home building and furniture building, for just a few examples of use of forest products for non-burning uses, it is well known from scientific and medical research that wood burning is a substantial source of PM 2.5 emissions, yet the wood burning industry uses the scientifically debunked theory named carbon neutrality of wood burning to argue that wood burning replacing coal burning in industry, and in a trickle-down argument that wood burning should continue for home heating should continue. Presumably because it is called renewable, wood may be renewable in the sense that a tree can be planted in the place of a cut-down burned tree, but it takes centuries or decades for the newly planted tree to attain the stature of the cut-down burned tree. During those centuries or decades, photosynthesis, which converts CO2 to oxygen and so sequesters some carbon, will not take place at the same rate as photosynthesis was performed previously, and wood burning emits both CO2 and PM 2.5, and PM 2.5 is not absorbed by trees, so PM 2.5 is not diminished by planting a tree in the place of a cut-down and burned tree. In fact, a living tree closes its pores against the presence of PM 2.5 from nearby wood burning, just as humans hold their breath in the presence of PM 2.5 from nearby wood burning. And when a tree closes its pores, the level of photosynthesis that absorbs CO2 pollution goes down. Wood burning emits 90% PM 2.5 particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lungs, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. Contrary to many beliefs, wood burning emits 2.8 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel coal burning, and wood burning emits 450 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel natural gas burning. Replacing coal burning with wood burning creates more air pollution in the form of CO2 and PM 2.5 than coal burning. This emission data comes from testing the cleanest burning wood stove in the United Kingdom, the Eco-Design Wood Stove, and International Convention does not count the emissions from wood burning. The emissions from wood burning are erased from all countries around the world when calculating if each country has met its climate goals. This non-counting or erasure of wood burning emissions data from climate goals does not mean wood burning emissions do not exist. ROSEP view: purple air PM 2.5 monitors hanging from the eaves of the house of a near neighbor should be used to measure the level of PM 2.5 in the air hyperlocally in the yards of near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners. If PM 2.5 levels exceed World Health Organization standards of 5 micrograms per cubic meter annually, then that evidence of air pollution from wood burning should lead to the shutdown of that indoor residential wood burning appliance, one appliance at a time if necessary.
Hi, my name is Lily. Andrew gave you the intro to Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates and their concern for air pollution from indoor residential wood burning. Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates, or ROSEP, would like every near neighbor of an indoor residential wood burner whose wood smoke enters their yards and sickens the near neighbors to have a purple air PM 2.5 monitor hanging from the eaves of their home to measure the level of PM 2.5 entering their yards. That measurement of air pollution should be used as evidence of unnecessary air pollution, and each indoor residential wood burner should be shut down based on that evidence, one indoor residential wood burner at a time if necessary. The presentation by Andrew ended at 2 minutes 5 seconds. The same presentation by Emma starts at 2 minutes 3 seconds before the end of this podcast. So I am Lily, your timekeeper, and you can start the next podcast at 2 minutes 5 seconds in if you would not like to see the presentation by Andrew a second time. This presentation by me, Lily, ends at 5 minutes in. What you will see in the main content of this ROSEP podcast will be news about air pollution from indoor residential wood burning, and how that air pollution is being combated by ordinary people just like you who are unfortunately near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners at this time. There will also be news about unnecessary and highly polluting use of wood as fuel in industrial wood burners and preventable air pollution from wood burning wildfires. There will also be news about air pollution from PM 2.5 from gas-powered cars. There will also be news about airborne diseases which are also preventable with vaccines such as COVID-19 and measles and whooping cough, to name just a few. In 2025, Residents Against Wood Smoke Emission Particulates is also concerned with combating the Trump destruction of government funding for programs which protect human health through the Department of Health and Human Services, and Trump destruction of programs which fund the science and medical research plan to protect human health from preventable illnesses. Protecting human health is a patriotic act, and our defense against enemies is weakened if we are not as healthy as we can be. Heat pump rebates are now offered by the federal government, distributed through the eligible United States, are available in 2025, and are the best, cleanest, and now cheapest alternative to indoor residential wood burning if that burning is actually done to purportedly save money. Wind and solar as sources of the electricity that powers heat pumps and electric cars is also cheaper than burning wood. The adverse health effects that are caused by indoor residential wood burning also come at a cost to near neighbors, both in shortening and ending their lives, and in actual hospital, clinic, and funeral costs. Instead of being compensated monetarily, near neighbors should instead be able to achieve immediate relief by stopping indoor residential wood burning in their hyper-localized neighborhoods, which relief readings from purple air PM 2.5 monitors used as evidence of air pollution will help them achieve. Welcome to news about hopeful scientific and medical achievements that will also help us achieve the goal of clean air to breathe.
Webisode 57DHYAFZR, January 12, 2026 EPA, to stop considering lives saved when setting PM 2.5 limits. Cartoon 1 of 8 EPA to stop considering lives saved when setting rules on air pollution. Cell 1 in a reversal, the agency plans to calculate only the cost to industry. Cell 2 when setting pollution limits and not the monetary value of saving human lives, documents show. Cell 3, the change could make it easier to repeal limits on pollutants from coal-burning power plants and oil refineries. Cell 4, steel mills and wood-burning industrial power plants. Cartoon 2 of 8, for decades the Environmental Protection Agency has calculated the health benefits of reducing air pollution. Cell 1 using the cost estimates of avoided asthma attacks and premature deaths to justify clean air rules. Cell 2, in the current administration, the EPA plans to stop tallying gains from the health benefits. Cell 3, caused by curbing 2 of the most widespread deadly air pollutants, fine particulate matter. Cell 4 and ozone when regulating industry, according to internal agency emails and documents. Cartoon 3 of 8, it's a seismic shift that runs counter to the EPA's mission statement. Cell 1, which says the agency's core responsibility is to protect human health and the environment. Cell 2, the change could make it easier to repeal limits on these pollutants from industrial facilities, including wood-burning industries across the country. Cell 3, that would most likely lower costs for companies while resulting in dirtier air. Cell 4, fine particulate matter or PM 2.5, refers to particles small enough to penetrate deep into the lungs and enter the bloodstream. Cartoon 4 of 8, long-term exposure to both pollutants is linked to asthma, heart and lung disease, and premature death. Cell 1, even moderate exposure to PM 2.5 can damage the lungs about as much as smoking. Under the Biden administration, the EPA tightened the amount of PM 2.5 that could be emitted by industrial facilities. Cell 3, it estimated that the rule would prevent up to 4,500 premature deaths and 290,000 lost workdays in 2032 alone. Cell 4, for every $1 spent on reducing PM 2.5, the agency said there could be as much as $77 in health benefits. Cartoon 5 of 8, but the Trump administration contends that these estimates are doubtful. Cell 1, and said the EPA would no longer take health effects into account. Cell 2, in the cost-benefit analyses necessary for clean air regulations. Cell 3, instead the agency would estimate only the costs to businesses of complying with the rules. Cell 4, for 40 years Republican and Democratic administrations have used estimates of the monetary value of a human life in cost-benefit analyses. But until now, no administration has counted it as zero. Cartoon 6 of 8, one EPA employee in the current administration. Cell 1, the head of the EPA Air and Radiation Office, said that he had a personal stake in clean air rules because he suffers from cystic fibrosis. Cell 2, he is a former registered lobbyist for the oil and chemical industries. Cell 3, his clients at his lobbyist firm included the American fuel and petrochemical manufacturers. Cell 4, a trade association for oil refiners that has opposed stricter PM 0.5 standards. Cartoon 7 of 8, Cell 1, the Trump administration has taken other smaller steps to overhaul the cost-benefit analyses underpinning environmental rules. Cell 2, in May the White House ordered agencies to stop considering the economic damage caused by climate change. Cell 3, when crafting regulations except in cases where it is plainly required by law. Cell 4, that directive effectively shelved a powerful tool known as the social cost of carbon that the Biden administration had used to strengthen limits on carbon emissions from cars and power plants. Cartoon 8 of 8, long-standing criticism from business groups argues that the government gives too much weight to the benefits of reducing PM 2.5. Cell 1, when setting limits on other pollutants like mercury and lead. Cell 2, technology that captures mercury and lead from power plant smokestacks would also reduce PM 2.5 emissions. Cell 3, the EPA new approach is likely to draw legal challenges and could make rollbacks of pollution limits more vulnerable in court, legal experts said. Cell 4, the move appeared to ignore the 2015 Supreme Court case Michigan versus EPA. In the majority opinion, Justice Scalia wrote that if an agency considers the benefits of a regulation, it must also consider the costs, and vice versa. Webisode 57DHYAFZRandT January 14, 2026 Heat pumps the clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning. Cartoon 1 of 8 U.S. heat pumps the clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning. Cell 1 heat pump shipments see 6-month decline by November 2025. Clean air enthusiasts mourn. Cell 2 heat pumps will soon be able to store and distribute heat as needed. Clean air enthusiasts rejoice. Cell 3, a brutally hot summer, is helped by heat pump functioning as an air conditioner. Cell 4 heat pumps are cost savers and more efficient and quieter than traditional systems. Cartoon 2 of 8 U.S. heat pumps the clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning. Cell 1 the Department of Energy DOE tax credit lookup tool. Cell 2 can determine if new heating equipment is eligible for tax credits. Cell 3 how this manufacturer solved the biggest challenge of the heat pump. Cell 4, which is cold weather. Cartoon 3 of 8 Colorado heat pumps the clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning. Cell 1 Coloradans have fewer subsidies for solar and other clean energy appliances. Cell 2 due to the early discontinuation of substantial tax credits. Cell 3 contractors need to know about heat pump performance and incentives. Cell 4 Colorado still offers options for subsidies for heat pumps. Cartoon 4 of 8 Colorado heat pumps the clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning. Cell 1 Colorado still offers options for subsidies through the Home Energy Rebate Program. Cell 2, which provides income-qualified Coloradans with up to $14,000 in discounts. Cell 3 for electric energy appliances and home efficiency upgrades. Cell 4 the rebates are expected to be available through 2029 or until the $140 million funding runs out. Cartoon 5 of 8 Canadian heat pumps the clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning. Cell 1 Clean British Columbia BC rebates help Canadian homeowners upgrade to efficient heat pumps. Cell 2 take advantage of our heat pump rebates to bring efficient comfort year-round to your home. Cell 3 rebates are available for condos too. Cell 4 Observatoire de la Prevention in Quebec, Canada writes that residential wood burning is a major cause of air pollution. Cartoon 6 of 8 UK heat pumps the clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning. Cell 1 new UK ban hitting wood burners announced as fireplace rules made more strict. Cell 2 why UK wood burning threatens the fight for clean air. Cell 3 UK cold snap proves heat pumps keep homes just as warm and customers are even happier. Cell 4 the UK feed-in tariff fit scheme, which aimed to encourage renewable energy generation, has been replaced by the evening battery feed-in tariff. Cartoon 7 of 8 French heat pumps the clean alternative to indoor residential wood burning. Cell 1 the sister study from the US is cited in this French article urging French women. Cell 2 to stop or minimize wood burning for home heating. Cell 3 scientists warn that lung cancer risk rises. Cell 4 with this so-called eco-friendly wood burning. Webisode 57DHYAFZRandT January 14, 2026 One misunderstanding after another. Cartoon 8 of 8 4-cell cartoon titled One Misunderstanding After Another. Cell 1 titled Giraffe Third Wife plus Zebra Sperm Donor equals Giraffe Son, showing a 5-foot-tall zebra plus a 6-foot female giraffe in a dress and a young 7-foot-tall male giraffe in a suit, all in a police lineup. Cell 2 titled Aid Shoves Me Out of a Window to Save My Life, showing a bag falling from the third-floor window of a white-column building while a press photographer yells, "It is a sofa in a bag." Cell 3 titled Giraffe Recognition Part of Cancerous Brain Excised, showing a patient turned away facing the wall in a hospital bed murmuring, "Now my MRI will not be perfect." Cell 4 titled Along with Math Recognition Part of the Cancerous Brain, showing a fat, bleeding hand with multiple gold rings shoving an elf on a shelf, off the shelf. The hand is saying 2 + 2 = 5. The elf is saying 2 + 2 = 4. Webisode 57DHYAFZRandT January 11, 2026 Congress is racing to undo thousands of cuts to federal science programs. Cartoon 1 of 5 Congress is racing to undo thousands of cuts to federal science programs. Cell 1 The current government bid for an overall cut in scientific funding to $154 billion from $198 billion would be a plunge of 22%. Cell 2 This week, the Senate Appropriations Committee released a bipartisan package of bills Cell 3 that largely scraps the current government-planned cuts to federal science programs. Cell 4 Congress will set aside roughly $188 billion for federal research. Cartoon 2 of 5 Congress is racing to undo thousands of cuts to federal science programs. Cell 1 $188 billion for federal research will only be a drop of 4%. Cell 2 This rejects the current government push to let our competitors do laps around us. Cell 3 Last year, the current government administration called for a cut in federal basic research of more than 1/3. Cell 4 The current government sought even larger cuts for the National Science Foundation, which sponsors much of the nation's basic research. Cartoon 3 of 5 Congress is racing to undo thousands of cuts to federal science programs. Cell 1 The current government proposed that the National Science Foundation NSF budget be slashed to $3.9 billion. Cell 2 from $8.8 billion, a drop of 56%. Cell 3 The Senate package countered with a reduction to $8.75 billion. Cell 4 or less than 1%. Cartoon 4 of 5 Congress is racing to undo thousands of cuts to federal science programs. Cell 1 The Senate package includes $24.4 billion for NASA, a 1.6% cut. Cell 2 $8.8 billion for the Environmental Protection Agency EPA, a 4% cut. Cell 3 $8.4 billion for the Department of Energy Office of Science, a 1.9% increase. Cell 4 $6.2 billion for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration, roughly flat. Cartoon 5 of 5 Congress is racing to undo thousands of cuts to federal science programs. Cell 1 The Senate and the House are now not far apart for negotiations on a final budget. Cell 2 The House's moves on 2026 science budgeting add up to $185 billion, which is close to the Senate figure of $188 billion. Cell 3 But this cannot undo the damage that the current government administration frenzy of budget cutting and administrative chaos. Cell 4 brought to the nation's scientific establishment.
Webisode 57DHYAFZRandT January 11, 2025 If science funds are restored, then fund alternatives to wood burning. Cartoon 1 of 5 If science funds are restored, then fund alternatives to wood burning. Cell 1 Fund heat pumps that work down to 40 degrees below zero and also act as air conditioners. Cell 2 Fund extending a smart electric grid everywhere, including all rural areas. Cell 3 Fund wind and solar energy sources that produce electricity sent to the smart grid. Cell 4 Fund batteries that store the electricity produced by wind and solar long-term for use in emergencies. Cartoon 2 of 5 If science funds are restored, then cut dirty energy that is now funded. Cell 1 Cut funds for biofuels such as wood stoves and wood burning for home heating. Cell 2 Cut funds for biofuels such as corn-based ethanol for automobile fuel. Cell 3 Cut funds for wood and other biofuels used to replace coal burning in industrial plants. Cell 4 Cut funds for fossil fuels as well as cut funds for biofuels. Cartoon 3 of 5 If science funds are restored, enact regulations that fund removal of indoor residential wood-burning appliances. Cell 1 Fund resident-owned Purple Air PM 2.5 monitors. Cell 2 Given free to any near neighbor of an indoor residential wood burner. Cell 3 Whose wood-burning PM 2.5 emissions enter the yard of the near neighbor and sicken them. Cell 4 Use the data downloadable from the Purple Air map as evidence to shut down each indoor residential wood-burning appliance, one appliance at a time if necessary. Cartoon 4 of 5 If science funds are restored, enact regulations that make electric vehicles and public transport affordable. Cell 1 Reinstate rebates for electric vehicles. Cell 2 Fund high-speed electric transport that will be low cost to all. Cell 3 enact fuel regulations to discourage production of gas-powered vehicles. Cell 4 fund research that makes production of electric vehicles efficient and cost-effective. Cartoon 5 of 5 If science funds are restored, enact regulations that make home heating and transport by electric vehicle affordable. Cell 1 do not allow subsidies for luxury electric vehicles. Cell 2 do not allow subsidies for home heating for individuals making over a certain salary. Cell 3 tax the rich to provide clean energy subsidies for the middle income and poor. Cell 4 keep in mind that the Energy Department and the EPA should work to stop air pollution that harms human health as well as slow climate change.
Webisode 57DHYAFZRandT January 4, 2026 Would smoke affect the family adversely? Cartoon 1 of 2 Cell 1 When you know you are not protecting your family well enough. When you replace air filters and air purifiers every month instead of every 6 months. Just do not burn wood indoors residentially to begin with. Cell 2 When you are scared whenever someone opens a window. Just do not burn wood indoors residentially to begin with. Cartoon 2 of 2 Cell 1 It gives me no great joy to say this. Smog towers do not work. Cell 2 Carbon capture does not work. Just do not burn wood industrially in place of coal to begin with.
Red Green Fox here. The quick Red Green Fox jumped over the barriers to clean air. Red Green Fox here. Ready to sing to you the names of the 2025 major wood-burning biomass industry subsidy opponents. 1 Biofuel Watch. 2 Bulkley Valley Stewardship Coalition of British Columbia, Canada. 3 Comite Schoen Luft, which means Beautiful Air Committee in German. 4 Dogwood Alliance. 5 Equity Group Foundation, nicknamed EGF. 6 Environmental Paper Network, nicknamed EPN. 7 Natural Resources Defense Council, nicknamed NRDC. 8 Prakaunia Narzexwissenskap Istet, which means Workshop for All Beings in Polish. 9 Rachel Carson Council. 10 Solutions for Our Climate, nicknamed SFOC.
Cat's corner strategy with Tiger and Leone. Saying the quiet part out loud. Roar. Hi, I am Tiger. Our human asked us to get up from our naps and start Cat's corner strategy with Tiger and Leone. She gave us a list of internet allies which we will post for her here.
Hi, I am Leone. It is better for your mental fitness to go to these websites than to go to bro sites for advice. Substack letters from an American Heather Cox Richardson. Substack your local epidemiologist. The Midas Touch. The Guardian. The New York Times.
One introduction. Rosette view. The United States government was on track in the Biden administration to reduce the prices for both clean energy heat pumps and clean energy electric cars. Trump tariffs are expected to upset those plans to prevent future air pollution and prevent climate change. The United States government should, instead of certifying wood stoves as safe when they are not safe, go forward with regulations that ban wood stove use and direct government money for use of forest refuse only. For home building and furniture building. For just a few examples of use of forest products for non-burning uses, it is well known from scientific and medical research that wood burning is a substantial source of PM 2.5 emissions. Yet the wood burning industry uses the scientifically debunked theory named carbon neutrality of wood burning to argue that wood burning replacing coal burning in industry, and in a trickle-down argument that wood burning should continue for home heating should continue. Presumably because it is called renewable, wood may be renewable in the sense that a tree can be planted in the place of a cut-down burned tree. But it takes centuries or decades for the newly planted tree to attain the stature of the cut-down burned tree. During those centuries or decades, photosynthesis, which converts CO2 to oxygen, and so sequesters some carbon, will not take place at the same rate as photosynthesis was performed previously, and wood burning emits both CO2 and PM 2.5, and PM 2.5 is not absorbed by trees, so PM 2.5 is not diminished by planting a tree in the place of a cut down and burn tree. In fact, a living tree closes its pores against the presence of PM 2.5 from nearby wood burning, just as humans hold their breath in the presence of PM 2.5 from nearby wood burning. And when a tree closes its pores, the level of photosynthesis that absorbs CO2 pollution goes down. Wood burning emits 90% PM 2.5 particulate matter of 2.5 micrometer size, the perfect size to infiltrate the human lung, setting off a cascade of human health problems and early deaths. Contrary to many beliefs, wood burning emits 2.8 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel coal burning, and wood burning emits 450 times the PM 2.5 as the fossil fuel natural gas burning. Replacing coal burning with wood burning creates more air pollution in the form of CO2 and PM 2.5 than coal burning. This emission data comes from testing the cleanest burning wood stove in the United Kingdom, the Eco Design Wood Stove International. Convention does not count the emissions from wood burning. The emissions from wood burning are erased from all countries around the world when calculating if each country has met its climate goals. This non-counting or erasure of wood burning emissions data from climate goals does not mean wood burning emissions do not exist. Rosette View Purple Air PM 2.5 monitors hanging from the eaves of the house of a near neighbor should be used to measure the level of PM 2.5 in the air hyperlocally in the yards of near neighbors of indoor residential wood burners. If PM 2.5 levels exceed World Health Organization standards of 5 micrograms per cubic meter annually, then that evidence of air pollution from wood burning should lead to the shutdown of that indoor residential wood burning appliance, one appliance at a time if necessary.